Hello friends, this is Dr. Bhavdeep Ahuja here. Welcome back to my channel. Between the last video and this video, approximately a gap of 1.5 months, you see me with my reading glasses on. Yes, sir, that has been the small transformation in me. So today I'll be discussing a bit about documentation. We all know documentation is a vast topic containing multiple aspects. I'll be making multiple videos on that, but for the timing, I'll be limiting myself to a certain aspect. So, what all does documentation include? I believe it is all about three C's and a D or a R, whatever you can say. The first C is the consultation. The second C is the communication. The third C is the consent, followed by documentation or paperwork or record keeping of all these. Obviously, record keeping encompasses all these different aspects altogether. So, what are these three C's and what is documentation and how is it related to? Let me just give you a brief idea. So, the first C, the consultation. Uh, sorry, consultation is basically a composite of your diagnosis and your treatment planning. What exactly do you stand for? Being a doctor, being a dentist, that actually should come as a no-brainer. You can say that is a part and parcel, and that is what defines you, segregates you from a commoner. So if your diagnosis and treatment planning is impeccable, I believe your consultation can be spot on for that matter. And it does reflect in your body language also. How do you actually, how confident are you of your treatment plan and how do you convey the same to the patient? How confidently the patients make a judgment of that, depending upon the same. So the next C is the communication. It is all about conveying each and everything to the patient. The pros and cons of the treatment, the side effects of the treatment, the iatrogenic effects, the mishaps associated, the negligence part associated, not of course the intentional ones, but as a iatrogenic reasons, or maybe as a treatment side effect, or as a part and parcel of treatment. For example, a perforation in a root canal. For example, creating a ledge in a root canal. For example, instrument separation in a root canal. So these are all part and parcel also, but yes, can be given a definition of negligence also in another parameters. So if you do all both these two C's, the consultation and the communication effectively, then the third C, consent, which is a very vital part, and not taking consent amounts to medical negligence. That third C, consent, just becomes a procedural formality because you have already conveyed to the patient what exactly is to be done and how it is to be done. And trust me, guys, this is just a part and parcel of that. Once these three C's are in place, documentation comes into picture. You can say documenting every such thing in your records is mandatory as per law also, and also it becomes our duty to comply with the law. So what exactly you can say is included in this? You can say a good record keeping and a good documentation is a good defense against any case. Poor record keeping, poor documentation is poor defense in negligence case. And no record, no documentation is no defense in such a case. So for today's topic, I'll be limiting myself to a few aspects of documenting your cases via photography, via you can say posting on social media, which we all are very fan of. What are few principles? Of course, the principle list can be endless. What is the few list you can say? The first principle to follow in such cases is the KISS principle. Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple, stupid. Or keep it sweet and simple, whatever you can say. It should be very simple. It should be brief. It should be to the point. You can say we should be indulging in an economy of words and we should not be spending them easily in such case. So small bullet points can do the trick in that regard a great deal. The second thing would be to actually use a commonly understood language, which in our case is English. It should be the reason for documentation in such cases. Thirdly, whenever you are documenting, make sure you click the pictures properly. with a DSLR or a mobile phone, whatever. Screenshots are not a good way to document. Do not use screenshots or videos as such. When you're documenting the case, a few principles need to be adhered to very, very properly. Whenever you are documenting, it should actually capture the essence of what you are trying to convey to the audience. Obviously, it is like a rehearsal also for you. When you watch your case on a repeat mode again, yes, 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 your brain is a funny tool. It'll actually go back on those things which you have done. And maybe you suddenly encounter, oh my God, I missed this step. So I make a mental note of it. Next time, there should not be 10 steps in this. There should be 11 because I missed that middle fifth or the fourth one step. So this is a way to actually improve yourself upon the same things as well. And yes, as long as these are intraoral pictures, you need not take any permission from the patient. You can share them because the only aim is where the patient identity is not disclosed, you may or may not need to take a consent. But yes, wherever the patient's facial picture is visible, which reveals the patient identity, I'm sorry to say I differ with so many colleagues over there who share their cases on social media, but do not take the consent from the patient or blind the patient. Ideally, even after the consent, the patient's eyes should be blinded, uh, irrespective of whatever the patient has given you the consent for. For intraoral pictures, for intraoral X-rays, which are not divulging the patient identity, you may or may not take the consent. It is an optional choice. But yes, for the other part, you surely do need to. Always avoid repetition in documentation. A same case picture, a same step should not be there. Always follow a particular sequence which is to be done, and never wait till the last moment to actually document your case. Whenever it is ready, it should always be posted in the media or in the social media in a in a proper sequence. And trust me, guys, if you follow a proper sequence, you will not be disappointed in that regard. Documentation actually gives you the power to see your work. You can share your work with you can say your patients. You can go over the case. You can do a role rehearsal, role reversal. It should, it should rather be an encouraging source for you. So make sure next time you document it well, especially for your cases which you're going to share on your social media. And remember the 3 C's and the record keeping. Thank you so much for watching this video. I shall be back soon with another video shortly. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a nice day.